All right, we're back for our last segment of the Big and Tall Movie Review Show. We're going to look at some DVDs that everyone might be interested in checking out. First one, I think, out of the gate is a film called John Dies at the End. It's, I guess it just came out in January on the DVD.
Had a very short limited theater run.
It's basically a new street drug that sends its user across time and dimensions. Has one drawback: some people return as no longer human. Can two college dropouts save humankind from this silent, otherworldly invasion? This sounds pretty cool to me. I have not seen this one. Max, will you tell me a little more about it?
Well, the movie basically centers around the, what that synopsis called the two college dropouts who are basically paranormal investigators of sorts.
Oh, really?
But the movie is really one of the most original and pleasantly surprising things I've seen in quite some time.
Really?
It was hugely entertaining and really funny in a lot of parts, and just kind of have you go in one direction, and then right when you think something crazy is going to happen, something completely different yet still crazy happens. It's
I saw that it's got Paul Giamatti in it. Not a lot of big names. Got my man Clancy Brown in it.
there's a lot of people popping in and out of it. That
I think Daniel Roebuck played Jay Leno in that late night movie many years ago.
Yeah. So and they call this the street drug. They call it soy sauce that helps you travel through time or whatever.
They call it soy sauce because that's basically just what it looks like, but actually turns out to be sort of a living creature in and of itself. But basically gives the user sort of telekinetic powers, and really just doesn't fully explain everything that it does, but definitely introduce some psychic abilities into the people that were taking it. But I would definitely recommend John Dies at the End for people who are looking for something that they haven't seen before.
Does John die at the end? I'm kidding. Don't want to know.
It's I can definitely say yes and no. It kind of it goes back and forth a lot.
Is this kind of like would you say this genre is a little bit of horror in it, or is it a little bit of?
It was a pretty solid horror comedy.
It's from the guy that did this also did Bubba Hotep, so they kind of similar.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I like Bubba Hotep.
From the writer-director of Bubba Hotep.
Well, there you go. I'm definitely seeing this one then.
It was if you spend too much time and energy trying to follow the plot, then you're going to exhaust yourself. So when you watch it, just kind of relax and enjoy the ride, really.
Okay.
But I would give it 5 cans. I really enjoyed it.
Well, all right. 5 cans for John Dies at the End. Definitely I want to check that one out. It sounds kind of up my alley a little bit. We're going to touch on some other DVDs, too. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Brad Pitt. Hasn't done a whole hell of a lot lately, but he did this Killing Them Softly film. And this one's rated R, and this one came out in November of last year, and basically kind of a hired enforcer for the mob. The MC, what do you got on this one?
Well, this is also Brad Pitt is reteaming with Andrew Dominic, who they did the assassination of Jesse James movie together.
Yeah.
Which I thought I was disappointed in that.
Yeah.
I was a fan. I
actually liked that one too.
I thought they needed more Jesse James in that, but
I can't argue with that.
This one, it's kind of a mixed bag. The performers are really good. Pitt is very good in this, but this also has Ray Liotta playing a Scuzz. Can you believe that?
No, not Ray Liotta.
Yeah. James Gandolfini is in it. The great Richard Jenkins.
All right.
Yeah, is in it. So it's got a very good cast.
Richard Jenkins.
The problem is the setup for this takes about. Basically, you just summed up kind of the movie, but it takes 20 minutes in the movie to get the setup of the whole movie going, which is incredibly long. Brad Pitt doesn't show up till about 25 minutes into the 97-minute running time movie.
Hey, Mr. Beautiful's here now.
And he does, but it has some. It's a very mixed bag. A lot of talking. It got a couple scenes where it's real.
Is the dialogue
talky.
good though? Or
Some of it is, but some of it is just like
okay.
You know, the scenes that work better are when it's Brad Pitt and James Gandolfini have a big kind of scene in a bar where they're, and it's interesting because these are both hired guns, but there's some other minor characters that have scenes that go on way too long, and I would go 2.5 cans, right down the middle on this. I mean, right down the middle towards probably. I don't think most people will like this.
Really?
Yeah, this is Brad Pitt's not the, he's kind of dressing it down in this and trying, he's very good in it though. Don't get me wrong. The actors were all really good.
It's kind of Italian mob movie basically.
Nah, not really. I don't really say even Italian. Just kind of a.
Yeah, I mean this
more
criminal. Just criminals. I wouldn't say it's really.
Yeah, it came and went really fast. I thought it might have.
Well, I can see a mainstream audience is not
just
liking
not
this.
digging
This
it.
is just it's not what you'd expect.
Okay.
It's not. If you're expecting Brad Pitt to just come in killing people left and right, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Going to be a lot of dialogue, but like I said, there's some stuff to like, but I would think most people won't like this.
Okay. All right. So not as sold on killing them softly as say John dies at the end. All right, you guys have both checked out this. I guess the Bridesmaids success might have spawned this film, which is currently, I guess, bouncing around the Netflix universe. This is The Bachelorette. It's a whopping 87 minutes long, so I might be able to squeeze this one in. Three friends are asked to be bridesmaids at a wedding of a woman they used to ridicule back in high school. Kristen Dunst, I guess, has come out of hiding and is working again. I don't. Maybe she has been. I haven't seen her. Isla Fisher's
She's done a
in it.
couple of things in the last few years.
Borat's wife, Isla Fisher's in this one. Can you guys? What's your take on Bachelorette?
Go ahead, Max.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I thought it was extremely entertaining. Basically, just watching, three really attractive women run around, coked up and drunk, trying to fix everything that they've ruined for their portly friend's wedding. But there was good actors in it. I thought Adam Scott and James Marsden both had pretty funny cameos in it as the groomsmen who were trying to get their own party on.
Yeah,
and it was just classic hijink comedy.
Was it right along the line of Bridesmaids? There's a little.
I would say it was a good mix of
movies.
Bridesmaids and sort of like The Hangover, where they're just kind of running at top speed to fix everything.
Throw them in a blender.
Yeah, I like this a lot better than Bride. I was not a big fan of the Bridesmaids. I thought it was a little overrated. But this one's.
I didn't hate Bridesmaids, but I agree with you. I think it was a little overhyped.
It was a Kristen Wiig movie.
Yeah, this one. To me, I mean, there's plenty of laughs, and I laughed several times in. But man, it's awful mean.
It is very raunchy.
Raunchy, but like some of the girls that are women, Kristen Dunst, and they're just kind of
snotty.
It's like, why would you be free? To me, it didn't really make sense why the bride in this was really friends with these.
So
girls.
it was kind of realistic.
True.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like the less attractive bride having the extremely hot, horrible friends.
Send those emails to Ralph Kors at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I would probably go 3 cans on it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think I would go a little bit further with how much I liked it. I think I would rate it 4 cans. 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6.
The fact that it didn't get all the publicity that Bridesmaids got, I think I would have liked it less if it had been as huge of a box office smash as Bridesmaids. But since it was kind of under the radar, and I didn't have to pay money to see it.
Well, and you probably didn't really have any expectations when watching it. It
was no, not at all. Started off with a clean slate.
Those are some of the best.
It's the way to start those movies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's our review of The Bachelorette, which...
just Bachelorette.
Bachelorette, not the Bachelorette.
Not the TV show.
Okay. I don't want to throw anybody off with that. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Last, we're going to do this DVD coming out, This Is 40, which I came real close to seeing this over the holiday break, but I didn't get around to seeing it. Judge Apatow's Paul Rudd, basically kind of prequel or after sequel.
Well, it's kind
sort
of
a sequel to
sort of sequel to Knocked Up.
Yeah. So
basically just brought the two likable characters.
yeah, Paul
from
Rudd and
Knocked
Leslie
Up
Mann.
and
Yeah,
gave
their
them their own
character
movie.
back. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is 40, and I, as this is getting closer to my age, I was kind of like, well, maybe I should see this, but maybe I should ignore this. You guys have checked this one out. Why don't you give me, what do you think on this
Well,
one?
it's basically what you described. It's about a couple that is, Leslie Mann is nearing her 40th birthday, and it's kind of about the issues that they're going through financially with kid issues, parent issues. You had a nice supporting cast. John Lithgow, my good buddy, plays Leslie Mann's dad, and the very funny Albert Brooks is hilarious as Paul Rudd's kind of loser dad, and who just had some triplets, and he's hilarious in it. Easily one of the better parts of the movie. Megan Fox even kind of surprises. She has a supporting role in this.
Yeah. Well, I'm down for seeing any of that.
Yes,
so.
and they find ways to get her in bikinis and her underwear in it. Which,
on the back of motorcycles, hopefully.
No, nothing like that. But she's actually does pretty well. But this is basically, though, Paul Rudd's and Leslie Mann's picture. And, if
This and I mean,
at times it gets a little unbearable. Sometimes
a little
it's
long
just
in
like,
the tooth, maybe.
Well, yeah, it's a Judd Apatow movie, so
yeah.
And so sometimes even Rudd and Leslie Mann can be a little like maybe they poured on a little thick.
Yeah.
Well, was there a lot of scenes where you could tell they just let them go with the dialogue, just say a bunch of different attempts at being funny?
I didn't catch that. That didn't seem.
That seems to be what fills a lot of. A lot of Judd Apatow's
There
movies.
There was sometimes for me there was a little too much conflict between the husband and wife that was unrealistic to me. It was just over stupid stuff, and
I don't know. That can be realistic.
Yeah. And then there's also some issues to me with the story that were never really dealt with. There's like they kind of are maybe in trouble of losing their home because of finances,
but then it never goes back.
And they never really address it. And also, like the Leslie Mann's character has her own like little clothing boutique store, and it like the books are coming up $10,000 short, and she, it may be an employee, but it just never really.
So they just left a lot of holes.
Yeah, there was kind of like you bring up these conflicts, but then you don't really resolve them.
No sewn up conflicts.
It's just kind of on some, so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But
yeah,
there's more than enough though to enjoy about this movie. You'll definitely. A lot of laugh out loud moments, and Albert Brooks he's very, very good in it.
Yeah, I think it sounds funny. It sounds like something that I definitely will check out.
There was the Apatow's kids. They played the two girls in this movie, and the one part, one girl at one point she talks to their parents just cussing at them like sailors, and I'm thinking, Lord, if me or you tried that when we were kids, we would have.
Had some welts on the butt.
No, it would have been more than that, I think. Our stuff probably would have been thrown out in the driveway.
Yeah, removes Dad's shoe from my ass side there. Yeah. Totally. Well, I will have to check this one out, and I feel like we've had a pretty solid show, and I hope everybody's enjoyed.
Got some good stuff coming up though in April too. Evil Dead.
Yes.
Tom Cruise sci-fi movie Oblivion, which looks a little interesting.
Looks pretty good
could
too.
be interesting. Yeah.
So,
I hate to say it, but I'm actually kind of intrigued by the new Will Smith and Son movie.
And what's that one called?
After Earth.
After Earth, and
it looks similar to the new Tom Cruise movie. It seems like there's 2 or 3 movies coming out that have kind of the same plot.
Hearing that Max is interested in the Will Smith movie makes me think I better go buy a lottery ticket. It's well, Max isn't a big fan of the Fresh Prince.
No, at least
I'm even less of a fan of his son, but any chance to see Jaden Smith get a little bloodied up is a reason to buy it.
There you go. Yeah. I figured he'd be doing Karate Kid 14 or something here shortly.
They couldn't get Jackie Chan out of his wheelchair for that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're going to wrap up this edition of the Big and Tall Movie Review Show. You can check us out on Facebook at the Big and Tall Movie Review Show. We also have an email address, Big and Tall Movie Review Show at Gmail.
I think it's just Big and Tall Show at gmail.com.
Big and Tall Show at gmail.com. So we will be talking to you soon. We plan on reviewing movies a little more consistently. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.